Hello, everybody. So about a month and a half ago, I made a video about ChatGPT, and I discussed why I believe that ChatGPT is actually a credible threat to Google search. And Google search is still just about more than a third of Google's revenue. So that's the main way that they drive revenue. And ChatGPT for the first time is something that could threaten Google, which I had never conceived that of being possible. And in the video, I went to a conclusion. Did a little comparison between Google and ChatGPT, so it was the Christmas season, and I was like, I wanted to make an eggnog-based cocktail, didn't know how to make that, and I was like, let me compare, let's use Google and let's use ChatGPT. And so by using Google, it took step 1, do the search, step 2, click on a link, a bunch of what I didn't ask for, right? Like drinks. I'm not trying to buy anything. I just wanted an answer. So step 2, click on a link. Step 3, get redirected to a third-party website, and you have to make the cookie decision. How many cookies do you want? Do you want a lot of cookies, no cookies, some cookies? And after you click on that, then you have to scroll through a long website to get to your answer. Because, of course, Google is trying to make money by selling you stuff and selling you a link. And obviously, any website that Google directs you to is also trying to make money by flooding the website with ads and with irrelevant information. And then this is what I got when I used ChatGPT. Boom, ChatGPT. My question, my answer. That's it. That was it. 1 second. That was it. So it was, ChatGPT was much better. Like ChatGPT was a 10x improvement. It absolutely was a 10x, maybe more than a 10x improvement. Maybe it was a 2 order of magnitude. Maybe it's 100 times better. If I don't have to go through this 4-click process to get the response to my question. So for the first time, I saw a threat to Google search, because ChatGPT was clearly much better. I said Google needs to move fast. So if you look. If you look at the numbers of ChatGPT, this is an article from CBS News. ChatGPT user base is growing faster than TikTok. And actually, if you look at the speed at which ChatGPT is growing, it's mind-boggling. It's simply one of the fastest growing web apps out there. We've never had anything like that. And like I said, Google needs to move fast, and I am pleased to announce today to see that Google just announced that they've moved. They're moving fast, and so this is the blog, the keyword. So that's Google blog. So you go on blog.google.com and you can read about it. And you have the CEO. So when the CEO announces something, that comes from the top of the organization. That's highly strategic. And the CEO is announcing an important next step on our AI journey. And this is what Google is announcing, which I'm very excited, which is essentially their own ChatGPT coming to Google search. So this is an example of something that I think ChatGPT could have handled really well, which is, what these new discoveries from the James Webb Telescope would you explain to a 9-year-old? And then you get the answer, like ChatGPT would give it to you. And same way, here's another example of a screenshot, this time not on a browser, but this time on a phone. And this is it. Is piano or guitar easier to learn, and how much practice is needed? And then Google Barb is telling you this. By the way, Google Barb, I don't think is going to be. I think it's going to be an internal name. The function is going to be integrated within Google, and people are just going to call it Google. But internally, they call it Google Barb. So it's not a marketing name. So it's nothing to be worried about here. So that's it. So they have it. They have the product that ChatGPT has. And so, as long as this product, even if this product is like 20% or 30% less than ChatGPT, people will use Google because only when you have orders of magnitude better products do people make the switch. People don't make the switch for something that is 30% better. They make the switch for something that is 10 times better. And this is what Sundar was saying, right? So soon you'll see AI-powered features in search that distill complex information and multiple perspectives into easy-to-digest formats so you can quickly understand the big picture and learn from the web. So maybe ChatGPT is going to be the most premium version of that service, but Google is going to be having a version of that product that will be good enough for most people, which is the strategy that so many of these big tech firms has, right? Like Microsoft. Why is Microsoft so powerful? Because whenever a SaaS product or something is introduced out there, they release their own version, which is like maybe just a tad less good, but otherwise it's just as good for 90% of companies. Well, this is the same way for Google. This is an outstanding strategy for Google. I am very, very pleased to do that. I'm a proud shareholder of Google. I was worried about that. I was worried that they wouldn't do it, and I'm so proud to see that they move fast. It's a slow growth, big tech stock. My main rationale for owning a bigger portion of Google than I probably should in my portfolio is that they own 5% of SpaceX, which I think is it could be a really nice upside down the future. But I love that Google is releasing it. Google is agile. It will have a competing product within a few months of ChatGPT, right? So they said soon. So what is soon? Is it a few weeks from now? Is it a month or two from now? The point is they're stopping any potential customer bleed early on. They're just doing it. They're just stopping it, even though it's going to cost them in advertising revenue for sure. They are, taking the loss and making sure that they don't lose market share. Market share is more important than anything. They want to have sustainable competitive advantage. They want to stay on top no matter what. This is good strategy. This is what Google is doing. And to give you a counter example, who's not agile? Plenty of firms that I don't cover on the channel are not agile. An example of that is Netflix, right? Netflix launched streaming in 2007. Netflix was agile, was a disruptor. How long did it take for HBO or Disney to take this seriously, right? It took them more than a decade to take that threat seriously. And of course, we know that we know the history now. We know that now Netflix is a bigger giant than either of those two companies, at least in the streaming world. So we fully know that, right? You have to be agile. You have to look at what's going on in the marketplace, and take that leap and defend your market share and grow your market share. And Google just did that by announcing that today. They will be surely, sacrificing a few clicks. Like, when I looked at my eggnog idea, they were trying to sell me a few stuff. I'm sure they're going to lose a little bit on this. But over the long term, they will be more than winners because they are not going to be bleeding customers. They stopped the bleeding, and I sleep well at night, knowing that management is not asleep at the wheel and really doing strategic surveillance. And so this is wonderful news for Google, wonderful news for Google shareholders. Yes, ChatGPT may always be the highest end option for this type of service, especially as they release GPT-4. But Google will have a similar service which will defend and protect the market share of Google search. That was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is not investment advice, just entertainment. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.